music business is motivated by money. Music, on the other hand, is motivated by energy and feelings. So, let's say you're an artist and your dream is to play a few shows, have a #1 record, get lucky, sign on the dotted line to a major label, and earn a bunch of cash and change your life forever. How would you feel if I told you that could be the biggest mistake you've made in your life? Before we get into this video, I want to say I appreciate all of you that watch the videos. You all give me the motivation to keep uploading, and for that, I thank you. Like the video and subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So, record labels, they get a pretty bad rep, depending on who you talk to. Some artists say it's essential if you want to make that next step in your music career and become a legitimate big star with the ability to sell out arenas and go on tour, while others say the complete opposite. But regardless of how you feel, the fact is the day you sign a record contract, you become the product. You become a part in the gigantic machine that are record labels. While I don't agree when people say you sold your soul when you sign the dotted line, but you definitely sell portions of it, primarily the portions that involve anything musically. That brings me to the case of Lil Uzi. Hashtag Free Uzi was a real thing. Uzi was so caught up and tired of his record label because he could barely drop anything. More specifically, a project for like 2 years. This didn't seem right to fans at all because if you knew Uzi before this, he was a guy who dropped super consistently actually, when he was on the rise on SoundCloud. Uzi inked his deal with DJ Drama and Don Cannon's Generation Now label in 2015, and things seemed to be doing pretty good at first. He released 4 mixtapes in a year. Then in 2016 is where the issues would surface, including Uzi appearing to claim another label and complaining over album delays. Seen when Uzi was trying to drop his debut studio album Love Is Rage 2 back in 2017. Uzi would complain about how his label was delaying it on purpose, saying via Twitter, "Can I honestly tell y'all why this album ain't dropped?" he posted. "It's because of an old person who doesn't understand what's going on right now." Can you guess who? You can say we speculated, but everybody knew he was talking about the label founder DJ Drama. Don Cannon would explain that mixing and mastering is contributing reason why Love Is Rage wasn't out yet. Uzi would even fake retire from music for a couple months. So if you're a rapper and you actually want to drop music, this could potentially happen to you. Next, I want to look at the case of XXXTentacion. This is a little strange. Apparently, after the late rapper was murdered, X's producer John Cunningham has revealed that his label tried to create new songs with AI technology. If you're not aware of what exactly AI technology is, it's basically a program consisting of artificial intelligence that can replicate a person's voice pattern almost identically, giving off the appearance that the track you're listening to was actually recorded by the artists themselves. The producer was replying to a user on Twitter who tweeted, "Sometimes I think this new XXXTentacion songs are just the label using AI," in line. Cunningham then said, basically, "I ain't never letting that happen." It isn't sure which is the old label that he's referring to, but it could be Empire Distribution. There has been chatter in the industry lately about folks using artificial intelligence software to create new recordings of artists, studies the vocals, tone, composition, instruments, etc. of a given artist's previously released songs. Most of the artists who are subject to this type of technology are ones who have passed away. An organization called Over the Bridge recently used AI technology to create new songs by Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, and Jimi Hendrix. Labels see you as an investment, so let's hope nothing happens to you, because if it did, your label might try to release music with a cloned version of your voice, just to let you know. Lastly, I want to take a look at the case of NBA Ya Boi, the guy who has issues with literally everybody. I'm joking, but his label woes are very, very serious. Ya Boi has slammed Atlantic Records more times than I can really count. In recent years, he would say his label basically laughed in his face and told him to kick rocks when asking about potentially owning his own masters. You know, the stuff that he's put his hard work and time on. He would go to IG and say, "I said they can have the next 4 albums for free. All I want is my masters." A couple years after that, he would take to IG again and basically just say, "Don't sign to Atlantic." With millions of followers and supporters, that is a bold statement indeed. He then would elaborate a little more and say, "Don't sign to Atlantic if you're an artist. They're not going to support you, especially if you live a certain way." That's all I got for you guys today, and I just want to let you guys know this video isn't to discourage anybody from signing to a major record label. All I'm saying is that as a ton of my subscribers do music and have the dream of doing it professionally. And honestly, I'm sure a ton of you will get approached by labels soon wanting you to sign, and all I ask is that you read your contracts over and over and over again, and then have a lawyer read your contracts over and over again, so at the end of the day you're comfortable with whatever agreement is reached, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. So if you got this far into the video, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know, and I'll see you in the next one.